Hey and welcome to the Daily Arsenal News Show. Let's begin with our daily news. Juventus have just made a strong push to sign Arsenal star Gabriel Magalhaes. According to the Mirror, Arsenal are convinced Gabriel Magalhaes will stay at the club despite Juventus' strong interest in him in recent weeks. The Brazilian joined the Gunners just 2 years ago for £27 million from French side Lille. He has proven to be a fine signing, and alongside Ben White last season, he was absolutely incredible. Gabriel still has 3 full years left on his Arsenal contract. The North Londoners are in a really strong position when it comes to potential transfer negotiations, but there is always a worry that a bigger club can lure him away. However, if the report is to be believed, Arsenal are convinced that he's going nowhere. Juventus are looking for a top defender to replace Chiellini, and the report claims they have made a strong push to sign Gabriel this summer. Arsenal are totally convinced that the Brazilian will turn down a move to Juventus as he wants to stay at the Emirates beyond the end of the summer transfer window. Mikel Arteta and Edu are even thinking about offering Gabriel a brand new contract, which is absolutely the right thing to do. White has been a phenomenal signing for Arsenal, and his ball-playing style really suits Arteta's system. Gabriel isn't quite as good as his defensive partner in that area of the game, but we truly believe he's the Gunners' best defender. The Brazilian has made a few mistakes over the last few years, but for the most part, he has been solid. Gabriel is aggressive at the back, strong in challenges, and fantastic in the air in both boxes. He's fairly composite on the ball as well, and the fact that he's still only 24 means he will only get better in the coming years. Arsenal need to keep all their star players, and Gabriel is certainly one of them. Offering him a new deal really is a no-brainer, and Gunners fans will be hoping that an agreement can be struck in the very near future. Arsenal making plans to send Nunu Tavares out on loan. Arsenal are said to be open to the prospect of loaning out 2021 summer signing Nuno Tavares, with Mikel Arteta keen for the left back to gain more experience. Tavares endured an up and down first season with the Gunners, to say the least. For every performance showing signs of improvement, there was a nightmare display or big mistake thrown in. The young defender is clearly a talent, but there is a rawness about him that is plain to see. And according to The Athletic, Arsenal could allow Tavares to move out on loan as they looked at the possibility of bringing in another left back to support Eren Derdiyok. The Scot missed the last few months of the season through injury, but is expected to be back before the start of the next campaign. Tavares only arrived himself last summer. The Portuguese was part of an influx of young players that included Aaron Ramsdale, Ben White, and Sambi Lokonga. The pressure seemed to build when it came to Tavares last season, and he became a bit of a worry for some Arsenal fans when he was named in the starting 11. A loan move for Tavares then might make sense. He's got some ability in there and has attributes like pace, power, and a willingness to work hard, which will serve him well. However, for Arsenal, he's probably not where they need to be. Clubs will be willing to take a punt on Tavares. You feel a loan then would be a good decision all around. Agent admits Arsenal loanee likely to close out on permanent deal. Lucas Torreira had a very fine loan spell at Fiorentina in the just concluded season, and it seemed almost certain they would buy the midfielder. The Uruguayan became an important cog in the wheel at Fiorentina and helped them finish the campaign in a European place. Arsenal and the Florence side agreed to a permanent fee worth €15 million, which could be triggered by the Italians if they wanted to keep him. However, that option expired at the end of last month, with the Serie A side refusing to make his deal permanent, to the surprise of many fans and observers. It remains unclear what the exact problem is, but his agent, Pablo Bentancur, has now given a pessimistic view of the situation. He admitted, as quoted by The Sun, "It's not over yet, but the chances of Lucas staying in Florence are very small. There is a contractual problem with Fiorentina, and my priority is to find an agreement with them, so he's not thinking about other teams for now." It's a surprise that Fiorentina didn't activate Torreira's buy clause, and the midfielder will also be very unhappy with that development. However, because he did well during his loan spell there, other clubs will likely become interested in a move for him, which should make it easier for him to leave the Emirates. Arsenal striker Alexander Lacazette set to rejoin Lyon. Arsenal opted against renewing striker Alexander Lacazette's contract. Lacazette, who have 31-year-old, will be out of contract at the Emirates at the end of the month, and that will now pave the way for the French striker to move clubs. Despite a lot of speculation over where Lacazette will play next season, according to a recent report from a French outlet L'Equipe, the 31-year-old has agreed to rejoin Ligue 1 side Lyon. The summer transfer window of 2017 saw Lacazette depart Lyon in favour of a switch to Arsenal in a deal worth just shy of £50 million. However, after scoring 14 Premier League goals during his opening campaign at the Emirates, Lacazette failed to reach the same number or better during his next 4 campaigns. Now set to leave the club he has spent the last 5 years at, Lacazette's time in England's top flight will largely be remembered as a bit of a hit and miss spell. Despite giving an interview to Canal Plus recently, as quoted by the Mirror, and stating his desire to play in the Champions League, Lacazette appears to have chosen Lyon as his next destination despite the French club missing out on European football. Nevertheless though, clearly on the decline and falling further and further out of favour with manager Mikel Arteta, this summer will give the experienced forward a chance to return to his old stomping ground and to ply his trade back in Ligue 1, a league he previously dominated. Arsenal received boost in pursuit of French midfielder. Arsenal and Manchester United have received a boost in their pursuit of former Bayern München midfielder Corentin Tolisso. Tolisso was released by Bayern München this week upon the expiration of his contract at the German club. The 27-year-old failed to nail down a regular spot in the Bayern side over his 5-year spell at the club, but that hasn't stopped Premier League clubs showing an interest. According to The Sun, Arsenal and Manchester United are interested in signing Tolisso on a free transfer this summer. The Premier League duo have now received a boost in their pursuit of the French midfielder, with Tolisso revealing he would be open to a move to England. "I want to go and play a major role in a club to continue winning trophies. I would be interested in England with its intensity, but I'm not ruling out any league. I know what I'm capable of. I know to what point a change in my life and in my surroundings will do me good," said Tolisso, speaking to L'Equipe via Get Football in News France. Although Tolisso failed to rule out any other leagues, it was interesting to hear him specifically mention England. The quote could be an attempt from the 27-year-old to prompt interest from the Premier League, with many players often seeing the English top division as the pinnacle of European football. Arsenal are now truly convinced they can sign Youri Tielemans. According to the Mirror, Arsenal are now convinced they can sign Youri Tielemans from Leicester City, and the Belgian wants to join the Gunners as well. Tielemans will soon enter the final year of his contract at Leicester, and he has no interest in extending his deal. The Belgian has been absolutely incredible for the Foxes over the last few years, and he is a wanted man this summer. After Arsenal missed out on the Champions League football, there were concerns over Tielemans' interest in leaving Leicester to join the Gunners. However, that isn't a worry anymore, claims the report. Tielemans reportedly wants to join the Gunners despite the fact that they will be playing in the Europa League next season. That has filled Arsenal with confidence, and they are now convinced they can seal a deal. The report claims that Arsenal will try to secure Tielemans' services for a fee in the region of £25 million, which would be a bargain for a player of his quality. Arsenal really do need a top quality number 8 this summer, and there aren't many achievable targets who are better than Tielemans. The Belgian know the Premier League very well, having played 120 times in the English top flight since joining the Foxes from Monaco. He can play anywhere across central midfielder, can score goals, create chances, and despite only being 25 years old, he has tons of experience under his belt, having played over 450 games for club and country over the years. Tielemans would be a fantastic signing for Arsenal, and if Edu can get him for around £25 million, it could prove to be one of the best bargains of the upcoming summer transfer window. Juventus are now interested in Arsenal target Gabriel Jesus. Juventus are interested in signing Arsenal target Gabriel Jesus, with the old lady not prepared to increase their offer for Alvaro Morata, according to a report from Tuttosport. Arsenal, of course, appear to be prioritizing signing a new striker in this window, and they have been heavily linked with both Jesus and Morata. It has seemed that Jesus is the name at the top of their wish list. Reports have suggested that he is the player Mikel Arteta wants as the Gunners' marquee signing. Arsenal may therefore no hope that Morata ends up joining Juventus permanently. Tuttosport reports that the Spaniard wants to stay in Turin after his loan spell. However, they are not prepared to improve their bid. Juventus are awaiting a decision from Atletico Madrid, and with that, they are considering other options, and Jesus is back on their radar. Arsenal fans will not be best pleased if Jesus joins Juventus. It has been apparent for some time that he's their top striker target, and he's open to joining the Gunners, so missing out would be a huge setback. Juve can offer the exceptional £51 million rated Brazilian an exciting opportunity. They will be in the Champions League next year, and he would be a key player if Morata did not stay. Manchester City may not mind letting him join Juventus either. It would not necessarily be the best look for them if he really shone elsewhere in the Premier League. Tuttosport makes it clear that Morata is still Juventus' top target, so Arsenal could still be in pole position for Jesus, but they may want to act quickly. Journalist says Arsenal could get a chance to sign Serge Gnabry soon. The Express Ryan Taylor believes that a return to Arsenal for Bayern München star Serge Gnabry is a very real possibility in the upcoming summer transfer window. The German international will soon enter the final year of his contract at the Allianz Arena. Bayern have been trying to tie him down to a new deal for a while now, but Gnabry has not accepted any of the offers that have been put in front of him. Fabrizio Romano claimed recently that the German champions will not offer him more money than what they have already done. Gnabry now has a take it or leave it contract in front of him, and it looks like he's going to do the latter, at least for now. Arsenal fans have been dreaming of seeing the German international return to the Emirates for a while now, and Taylor's latest comments will fill them with confidence. Taylor spoke to Give Me Sport this week about Gnabry and if a return to Arsenal is possible this summer. The journalist said, "I think it's a realistic signing. At the moment, there is nothing concrete to it, but it's definitely a realistic possibility, especially with Mané likely to join Bayern München, which would hamper Gnabry's chances of game time slightly more. It's gone a bit stagnant for him since he started really well when he returned and won the Champions League." Christian Falk of Bild revealed on Twitter a few days ago that Arsenal's interest in Gnabry is real and that the German can also see himself returning to the Emirates. But after missing out on a top 4 finish, he claims that it's a financially unrealistic option this summer. The next chance for Arsenal, according to Falk, will be this time next year when Gnabry becomes a free agent. However, that may be a bit too late for the Gunners, as there is a very real chance that he will be sold in the next 2 months. Reports revealed this week that Liverpool boss Jurgen Klopp really likes Gnabry, and with Sadio Mané set to leave, potentially to Bayern, the Reds may well try to get the world-class German international to Anfield before the start of next season. I will be uploading daily Arsenal news, so keep your eyes on the channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Peace out.